The final phase of Lakewood Ranch is upon us, and at the end of 2026, the beginning of 2027, they will break ground on this southeast corner, which is going to be the last of Lakewood Ranch, and the final 4,700 homes are going to be built here. Yes, 4,700 homes is a lot, and it will take them many years to build and complete, but we do know what those first 1,200 homes are going to be, and we've got a good idea of how this is going to shape up. So if you're interested in the future of Lakewood Ranch from really 2027 onwards, this video is for you. Well, after 31 years of growth and development here in Lakewood Ranch, they are finally running out of land to build, develop and expand. And if you look at this southeast corner where we'll be focusing on, and you look at the map as a whole, there really is nowhere else for Lakewood Ranch to go. If you look further west and look in the southwest corner, this is where my office is, and you can see that there's some land that could potentially be developed here. But this is all going to be businesses, and it's really the commercial side of Lakewood Ranch. It has many offices, larger kind of companies are here, and I don't foresee any homes going in this section. And then as we come back to the east side of things and go a little bit further north, you can see that just north of there we have the concession golf course community, which is privately owned, and that isn't anything to do with Lakewood Ranch. So this land here that you can see, that isn't going to be any future growth of Lakewood Ranch. It cannot be. And then as we continue north, you can see that there's some land kind of south of the Calusa Country Club, and that is all privately owned by a bunch of homeowners that have bigger properties, like acre to 5 acre parcels. So that isn't going to be Lakewood Ranch. And if we look further east of Del Webb and of Shellstone, in this section here, we have the racetrack, which is the Freedom Factory. So yes, there really is nowhere else for Lakewood Ranch to go outside of this southeast corner. So out of those 4,700 homes, all that we know so far is that 1,200 of them are going to be built and owned and developed by Taylor Morrison, and it's going to be a new Esplanade community, which is the third Esplanade community in Lakewood Ranch. But this one will not have a golf course, so it's the first non-golf course community. So it's going to be very similar to the Esplanade in Sky Ranch in Sarasota, or Artisan Lakes or Costera in Palmetto. But it really says a lot about Esplanade and Lakewood Ranch, of how much they love one another, that this is the third community that they're building in this phase. And if you go to the news section here on Lakewood Ranch's website, you can see that it's already been announced. It's going to be called Esplanade at Cammaray, and yeah, we don't know exactly what's going to be built here right now. But if we go by the other Esplanade communities in Sky Ranch and in Palmetto, you can see that there's quite a few new floor plans on the horizon, and I would hazard a guess that most of them are going to be here in the new one as well. You know, that's floor plans such as like the Merino, the Palazzo 2 and the Lazio 2, because they've really modernized and I don't want to say upgraded those floor plans, because they're very popular and they've always been a hot seller for Taylor Morrison, but they've obviously added some design features that are going to be really favorable. And then they've also got some more 3-car garage homes, like the Cresta is another one. And yeah, they've got more, just more 3-car wide, because a lot of those homes, like the Palazzo and the Lazio, they haven't been able to accommodate 3-car wide driveways. So we know that those 1,200 homes in Esplanade are going to be the Taylor Morrison products. What we don't know yet is if the Beacon floor plan and the Lincoln floor plan, the kind of more estate series homes that they offered in Azario and the original Esplanade Golf and Country Club. We don't know if those homes are going to be in there as well, because they were super popular. They didn't build that many of them, but they could have sold the whole community out with just these homes alone. And they are in the luxury price point. They're on bigger lots. They do come with the golf membership in those communities. So if they were to offer them without the golf membership, obviously they won't have a golf membership because the community doesn't have a golf course. But my gosh, they would be so popular, because these floor plans, especially the Beacon, has been one of Taylor Morrison's best sellers of all time. Now, outside of the 1,200 homes that are going here with Taylor Morrison, the only thing we know outside of that is that there is going to be a bunch of roundabouts which are going to connect the extension of Bourneside Road off University going all the way down to Fruitville. Roundabouts do make me laugh. I think people here call them traffic circles. I've heard people say traffic circles, and there's a lot of people that don't like them. It's safe to say that Manatee County and Sarasota absolutely loves them, because they are appearing here in abundance. But being from the UK, I like them. I much prefer them to stop signs. Apparently they are statistically known to cause less accidents and all the rest of it. But personally, I just love moving and not stopping fully when there's nothing to stop for, and that is absolutely the purpose of a roundabout, right? And but that being said, I cannot tell you the amount of times over the years where I have been on a roundabout and people have stopped. I've seen people literally stop, you know, in the middle of a roundabout, which is the most dangerous thing you can do. So it's not a stop sign when you go up to it. It says yield, right? If there's nothing there, and you always give way to the left. That is right. You have to give way to the right in the UK. Yeah, you give way to the left, and if nobody's there, you just get on the roundabout. That's as simple as it gets, right? But I have seen so many people over the years actually stop on them, and honestly, there's one in England. While I'm on a rant about roundabouts, there's one in England called the Magic Roundabout in Swindon, where you have a giant roundabout, and then there are other little roundabouts off it. I think there's 5 on the outside of the big one, and I'm hopefully showing you this in the background, that I can find it online and show you. But yeah, I would pay good money to see Floridians navigate this roundabout here in England. But anyway, let's move on. Yes, so there's going to be a bunch of roundabouts. Bourneside is going to connect to Fruitville. We just don't know whereabouts it's going to connect yet. We haven't seen a map of this outlay. We don't know which side of Monterey that it's going to be. Monterey is a lovely community built by Toll Brothers down there, but it's very isolated for now. But in the next couple of years, it's all going to connect up to University and to Bourneside, and it won't feel so alone. So yeah, that is all we know right now for the final phase of Lakewood Ranch, those final 4,700 homes. 25% of them are going to Taylor Morrison, and I'm sure very soon we'll start to find out who else will be building there. And yeah, as soon as I find out any more information, guys, you will be the first to know. So if you have any questions on it, you know, of any concerns or questions with this area that's being expanded, I have it on good authority that this is the final phase of Lakewood Ranch. So yeah, I am here to help. All of my contact information is in the description there, and if you don't mind liking this video and subscribing to the channel if you're looking for more content real estate related on the west coast of Florida, it will be much appreciated. Take care.